Couch with Koel. For 8 long years, she had the female Indian audience hooked to their television sets. Today, Smriti Irani, better known as Tulsi, has traded in her acting career for a political one. Is this a decision for survival or philanthropy? Smriti Irani, thank you very much for being on the couch with me today.
Thank you for the invitation.
So, what are you today? Are you an actress? Are you a politician? Are you a housewife, a mother, or all these things?
All these, I think. Ultimately what defines me is, of course, my family. Because it doesn't matter how you behave or how you succeed or fail as an actor or as a politician. What you will be measured by, I feel, at the end of the day, is how you were in your relationships.
And do you think you measure up well?
I don't know. That's something that needs to be asked of my family.
And who would you say is the important people in your family? Your husband, your wife, your wife, I was going to say, your husband, your wife also, yes.
No, my husband, obviously, my husband, my children, my mother, my father, my in-laws, extended family. I think every relationship is important.
So are you a good Bahu?
I don't know. That's something that my mother-in-law can answer. But I did tell her when I got married, I say, if I ever trouble you, nobody will believe it. You can cry about it from the rooftops and nobody will believe it. She looked at me and she said, you know what, that's true.
And perhaps she also wouldn't. She'd be looking at you and going, you're not supposed to be like this. Tulsi was very sweet.
No, she didn't catch much of Tulsi. I think most of my family hasn't seen much of my work. But I feel that quite blessed that I have a very friendly relationship with my mother-in-law. We don't have that typical Saas-Bahu relationship. In fact, at times I feel I'm more aggressive than she is.
So what do you mean by regressive? Like, give me an example of something that you're
I remember when I got married, like a typical good Bahu, I began my day with, touching her feet, and she jumped onto the couch in the living room. So what are you doing? This is how this is my first day of my wedded life, and this is how I would like.
But you were already acting as Tulsi, no? So this is where you were bringing it from.
No, I have a very conservative upbringing, so that kind of upbringing was not alien to me. What was alien to me was my mother-in-law's reaction. She jumped and she said, "What is wrong with you? And why would you touch my feet?" And she said, in Parsi we touch feet when somebody dies, so please don't touch.
You don't want me to die.
No. And I still am quite a klutz, and I have absolutely no sense of dressing. And she was aghast when she saw me going to work the first day. I had my hair piled up on top of my head. I had this 3/4 khaki, and I had a t-shirt and a jhabla and a chashma and a book. And she said, "Excuse me, is that how you go to work?" I said, nobody cares because I have to go there and
take all this off and get full.
No way, there's a way that one approaches one's profession.
But that means it's quite a schizophrenic thing that you were doing for 8 years of your life. Here you are in your, you say that you're not a very dressed up person. You're in your khakis and your piled up hair and your jhola and your books and things. And then you go there and you've got full makeup and
No, but if you look at Tulsi's character throughout the 8 years, we had the same juda, which went on for like 8 long years. We had the same bindi which went on for forever. I remember when the jump happened, and I had this director chasing me on the ghats of Haridwar, screaming on the phone to Shobha Kapoor that this woman is mad. She wants to, dye her hair white, and she's insisting that she has to look old and haggard. And here I was screaming on the phone saying that, I'm supposed to be this abandoned woman on the ghats of Haridwar.
Yeah.
How can I look like a woman who's just walked out of a beauty parlor with
pristine and perfect sari
and they struggled for a whole day trying to make my hair black via lighting, and I just kept on making that hair white. And Shobha Kapoor finally said, "You're a mad woman."
But you
no
won?
Indian female protagonist willingly wants to dye her hair white. What is wrong with you? And that's when I sat down with her and said that this character has become more than a character. It is for many people a real life person. And for them to have that connectivity with that character, it's very essential that I stay true to it. So I decided to get old. And I've thankfully done a good job of it. Even today when people see me and they see me like this, they tell me, "वैसे आप 60-70 साल की तो हैं, लेकिन अच्छा maintain किया है, पता नहीं चलता इतना."
They actually think that you're that
old. There are many people who still think that I'm that old. But that's okay. I remember I started my political journey.
No, wait. First, let's leave Tulsi behind.
Because it had an impact there also.